What's up guys, Duarte here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're going to take a look at another Alliance Wars counter, once again against the Fantastic Four, and but this is going to be more of a low level Fantastic Four, so 300,000, 400,000. Sometimes people don't know exactly what to use against them, and it might then end up on a shameful loss. So to avoid that, I'm gonna make another counter for you. And this is to make use of another team that was somewhat used in the past against Asgardians, and right now I don't see anyone using it apart from me. And there are a few counters that this team can counter, but I think the most important one is going to be exactly the Fantastic Four. So if you like the information on this video, like always, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button because that always helps the channel, supposedly. Okay, so the team we are talking about that can counter the Fantastic Four is the A.I.M team, and the version of the A.I.M team is the Swaim. So the Swaim team is a team I created where I put the Swarm from the Sinister Six on the A.I.M team, and whenever he gets negative effects, he flips them into positive effects. And this team works against the Fantastic Four, as you can see. It's because we have a Graviton with a stun, we have a Scientist Supreme applying many negative effects to the Fantastic Four, and as soon as you stun She-Hulk, her passive does not turn on and she cannot throw the negative effects at us. And because Graviton goes very early in the fight, we can stun her, and then she is not able to do anything. And because Scientist Supreme is applying negative effects to her, one of them being defense down, there is a very high chance that you'll be able to apply this stun. So let's take a look at my team and the stats that they have and the T4s they have, and then let's take a look at the clip of the team in action. Okay, so this is the team I use. Scientist Supreme, she's at level 75, everyone else is 71, 65 and 60. We have Scientist Supreme, Swarm, Graviton, A.I.M Assaulter and A.I.M Security. The position of this team is very important. You want to have A.I.M Assaulter between Graviton and Scientist Supreme, so his passive activates and gives them 20% extra speed. This is very important. This guy is very fast, and based on this you'll be having a lot of turns on both Graviton and Scientist Supreme. You can do the T4, it helps a lot because you will get way more speed, but it's up to you if you want to do it or not. You want to make sure that you have a few A.I.M minions, so you have the extra focus from the passive, and then the T4 on the special on Scientist Supreme is not necessary. This is more for raids. In this situation is not necessary at all. And with the Swarm you want to have the ultimate. The special is okay, but the ultimate is where all the damage comes from. So the special is just a last resort if in case you need to remove to apply disrupt or something like this. It's not very relevant, just the ultimate for that extra damage from the bleeds. On Graviton I don't have any T4. You could use the special for more damage, but it's fine like this. And on A.I.M Security we don't need any T4. And make sure that at least these two characters, Swarm and Graviton, are at level 71. If your Scientist Supreme is very low, not at gear tier 14, you should still have her at gear tier 12 and level 71. And the A.I.M Security, just leave it at level 65 or something, it's fine like this. The A.I.M Assaulter you can take up to level 71, so you apply more bleeds and that will be fine. So once again, in terms of T4s, just the ultimate on Swarm, and then you can do the passive on A.I.M Assaulter if you have 4 red stars or above. Otherwise there is no point on investing in minions so much. Okay, so now that we took a look at the T4s, let's take a look and okay, in terms of ISO weight, you can use Striker on Swarm, and the reason why we use Striker is to increase his base damage, so the bleed does more damage. The Striker ISO weight attack does not do anything special, so that's not the reason we are using Striker on him. It's just to increase his base damage, so the bleeds do more damage. On the Graviton you can have a Skirmisher or whatever, it's not very relevant. On A.I.M Assaulter you can have or a Skirmisher or a Striker if you want to use him as a main damage dealer. The same goes for Graviton. If you want to use these guys as damage dealers, use Striker because they do damage from the bleeds. Graviton also does some nice damage with his basic, but it's not so relevant for this fight. And on Scientist Supreme you can use her as a healer or a Skirmisher, and A.I.M Security you should use her as a healer. She has a very large health pool, so whenever she has a turn, and unfortunately she's very slow, but because you are applying negative effects to the enemies, most of them being slow, it balances out her speed, and whenever she has her turn she actually does a nice amount of healing. Okay, so those are the T4s, the gear and the level you should use, and the ISO 8 as well. So now let's take a look at the match and see exactly how this matchup works. Okay, so let's take a look at this matchup. So early on you want to do the ultimate with Scientist Supreme to try to apply the defense down to She-Hulk. It was not the case, but you should still be fine to apply the stun to She-Hulk. Then when A.I.M Assaulter has his turn, he gives turn meter to Scientist Supreme and to Graviton. That will allow Scientist Supreme to flip the debuffs if you have any, and it will allow Graviton to stun very early on. And as soon as you get She-Hulk under 50%, 75% HP, she'll get Disrupt, and under 50% HP she'll get extended all negative effects including stun. So now she has 2 turns stun and Disrupt, so there is nothing she'll be able to do, so you can focus on other characters. You should start shipping away Mr. Fantastic and the Human Torch, and that's pretty much it. If you are lucky, and here I think I made a mistake, I should have applied slow to Invisible Woman. This would make that she takes very long time to do her special. It was not the case and it was not necessary, but if it would be a punch up it would be very relevant. So the things you should focus on is the defense down on She-Hulk and the slow on Invisible Woman. You can do this with the ultimate from Scientist Supreme with her basic, and the slow with the special of Graviton, but you can also do with the special of Swarm. As you guys saw, most of the damage comes from Swarm and his ultimate, and not only does tons of damage, but it also applies tons of bleed, so that's gonna ship away the enemies very fast. If you are lucky and if you can stun Invisible Woman once again, do it, but you'll probably not be able to, because if she doesn't have the slow from the first turn, you will not be able to take advantage of that. If it's the case, do it, otherwise just ship away the other characters, try to get them below 75% so they have more negative effects, because when Invisible Woman does her special, it only clears away 2 negative effects, and that against this team, the Swarm with the A.I.M team, 2 negative effects is nothing. You will apply tons and tons of negative effects with your characters. So her special, even that she puts the characters on stealth, is just not relevant enough. And yeah, that's pretty much it. At this point, just put on auto. If they have a very big She-Hulk, you just have to focus as much on her as possible. Even if she's like very big, if you apply the defense down and so on, you'll be able to destroy her very easily. You just want that stun and the disrupt to have as many negative effects as possible, and that's pretty much it. Here they had a gigantic Invisible Woman, so you just put on auto and ship her away as fast as you can, and that's it. Like there is nothing special about this matchup. Is once again ultimate of Scientist Supreme, then the stun with the Graviton, and then do the ultimate with the Swarm, and you win the match. This is like if you are lucky, you'll do it with the offense up. That's gonna result in way more damage, but there are many things in this match you can't control. But as you saw, it's pretty steady. But in the future, I'm gonna try to find a better matchup, a big punch up, maybe 100k or something like this, and then I will make a video with an update. But for now, I think this is pretty good. Another counter for the Fantastic Four, and especially at low level when you don't know exactly which team to use. Sometimes the X-Men are just too big to use against them or something like this. So it's a good way to use characters that you might have invested in the past because they were good against Asgardians, and because no one is using Asgardians right now on defense, there is another way you can use. So that's going to be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. Smash that like button like a boss. If you found the video helpful, once again, share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.